Sugar Daddy Mac. Dan's 30 years got our way, trading life and markets every day. Rusty's chained to the mines, digging deep day by day. But when Option Omega releases new features, he's free to come out and play. Option Omega, you're trading home, where every move makes you feel less alone.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning. Troy.
Good morning.
Morning, everybody.
Hope everybody doing well. We got 3 locations today, but undisclosed.
Undisclosed.
I bet you could guess 2 of them.
There's 2 mats, so Troy loves it. It's 3% warm today here.
3%.
3 degrees. So hope you guys are doing okay. Chat's already coming out. VIX is up today. Is it really? Let's see. Let's take a look see what we're cooking with. So yeah.
0.9.
Yeah, it is.
How much?
Good shout out. Good shout out from our compadres in the chat. Thank you, Steven. VIX closed at 16 point. Man, I'm coming in hot, aren't I? Sorry, I just saw that in the chat. We'll talk some more exciting stuff here in a second, but futures are up 20 and VIX is up. That's kind of weird on a Thursday, isn't it, Dan?
Well, I mean, yeah, yes and no. I don't know. I haven't looked at it, but again, we're hovering on the top of the mountain, right?
Yeah.
We're going up. You got more catalysts coming out tonight, right? Inflation thing tomorrow. Market's a little jittery. I mean, they're not drinking the Kool-Aid, right? I mean, I don't think it's what did you say VIX is at? What?
I mean, it's not up a lot, but we closed at like, and what, just for clarification, there's a lot of ways to talk about the VIX, right? Because the VIX, I'm just going to say this for a quick detour, 849 coming in hot. So the VIX actually opens up in the middle of the night. And the people that get really excited about this are people who are up in the middle of the night.
Troy. Hey,
So
we're in the same clothes as yesterday. Yes. Haven't I combed my hair? No. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
So VIX closed at 1636. And when I say close, that's the cash close. Now, VIX opened the overnight market at 1599, right at 16. Okay. It has since pumped up to 1670 now. And that's unique in the back tester to get real deep. And the back tester, what we really care about is what it is at open, like at 932 when VIX prints, or sometimes it's not exactly 932, it might be 932, 45 seconds, it might be 935. Sometime in there it's going to print. Is that measure up or down? And we don't know because we still have 40 minutes till open, till normal trading hours, RTH, but it looks like it's going to open up. And that's unique because futures are also up. And you just don't see that a ton, but you're right, Dan. Like, we're pushing VIX almost 17. So it's like the market's getting a little, I don't want to say nervous, but it's just pricing in a little bit of volatility. We've still got, I don't know if you guys have followed Trump and the tweets about Iran or what are they called when is it called truths? Is anybody on the Truth platform? No. Whenever he says something on that, you've got still a lot of geopolitics kind of overhanging. And then, guys, this move in metals. I mean, copper. Now, again, just to clarify, there's like lots of ways people quantify metals. I'm just going to use CFDs on TradingView. Copper up almost 8, platinum up 3.25, silver back up, gold, oils, Brent's pushing 70. I mean, my commodity screener I have a little commodity screener. It's not magical, guys. You can set one up too. And it's all green. All the commodities are green. Some of them are very green. And so and so are futures. And so is VIX. And the market was yesterday too. What happened with this FOMC? And why did we come in so hot and forget talking about all the NBA that happened last night? Well, and the cold weather and everything else that we normally talk about, guys.
Yeah. Kids, as they say, you know, cocaine's a heck of a drug.
Listen.
This
is I stole my son's coffee mug.
This Matt's on a bender.
This is I am kind of I think what happened is, just to let the veil drop a little bit, I've had 3 days of a very full house with children.
Yeah, I get that, dude.
It's like a reset button.
Like, listen, I'll text Dan at like 2 a.m. and be like, "You want to go to Waffle House? You want to get out of here?
You want to go to Waffle House? Check the VIX open in 75 minutes when it opens."
Right. I had a dream the other night. I mean, listen, I was working on a project last night, and I thought, man, one day I'm just gonna sit at Waffle House with my little hotspot and just work on the computer. I feel like that's the most American thing I could do. It's just work at like 1 a.m. feverishly on a project, drinking coffee at Waffle House.
I don't think there could be anything more patriotic. Than I'll be honest with you, coming from the North a little bit, I don't have the courage to go into a Waffle House yet. Right? I'm not saying it's
chat.
I'm not saying it's wrong. Right? I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's like I always get nervous. Like in Chicago, do they have a place out here, Denny's?
Yeah.
Denny's. Yeah. I just get nervous. You know, they're
not the same.
Here's my conspiracy theory. If I'm going in and paying $1.99 for breakfast, you know, just something go nervous. Like, this can't be. Where are they getting these eggs from? You know, it's like, do you remember when I was in my 20s, maybe 25 years old, we say there'd be a thing in the pits. I think it'd be Friday. And it'd be like, you know, it's Friday. It's either, you know, going to Bonanza or one of these. Like Bonanza was another one. You could get a full steak dinner. I don't know if you guys remember this. Potato. Do they have Bonanzas out here? Or have you ever heard of those?
No,
but I grew up with them though. We had one in our hometown. I grew up with them.
You could literally get, I remember downtown, they'd have it, you know, full baked potato, a steak. It was like, I don't know, you know, maybe chat would know if there's anybody old like me, like $4.99, $3. And you just think, where did that steak come from? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, there comes a limit. Here's Waffle House.
Listen, before we go to Waffle House real quick, just to that, it was the Impossible Meat. I'm with you on that. That's the original Impossible Meat, is like Denny's T-bone. That's $4. You're like,
no, is it the T-bone is $4?
Nah, I don't know. But Dan, listen, forget everything you've ever seen about cheap restaurants.
Yeah.
Let the chat and let Matt and let Troy the rat, just rhyming, tell you about Waffle House.
All right, go ahead. And I don't mean any disrespect.
No, here's the thing.
No disrespect.
Here's the thing. The first thing I want to tell you is, Dan, you're right about the $1.99 breakfast, but there is nowhere to get $1.99 breakfast anymore. They're gone. Waffle Houses. I used to work near Waffle House and we frequented it. It's been a lot of years since that place of employment. And I don't frequent it anymore, but I've been. The thing about Waffle House is it's not cheap anymore, but nowhere is. You can get your hash browns. This is a big thing. This is really what you need to know. You can get them onions, tomatoes, mushrooms, gravy, chili, peppers, cheese, and ham. Yes, I did read them all to everybody because this is important. And they have names for them. So like you can get them smothered, covered, capped. Like each of those has like a name. So like I would usually do like jalapenos and onions is a good one.
That sounds good. I like that.
Chat, drop your favorite one. Listen, big breakfast guy. I like Waffle House, but I'm with you that the $1.99 thing is just, it's McDonald's. You used to be able to buy one, get one on a breakfast sandwich, made many trips. That's gone pretty much. It's just apparently in Scotland they still have those deals. We'll be meeting in Scotland soon for the breakfasts.
Let me tell you this. The Waffle House thing, we have a Waffle House about 30 seconds from my house. And I use that a lot. Apparently there's a lot of things 30 seconds from my house, but I also say we live in the country. So you do the math, which one's true, but not far from our house.
You do that, which one?
So we go to the Waffle House a lot. And my son has a lot of friends who are who help him a lot, special needs, autistic. So we have a lot of bros that help and hang out with my son, and I love it, and it's awesome. And he has convinced all of them to go to Waffle House every time they eat supper.
Wow.
So much so that when he walks in, the entire restaurant says, "Here's the mayor of Waffle House." They call my son at our Waffle House
That's
the mayor of
amazing.
Waffle House.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
And so I've gone too much. And listen, I think I'm gonna throw it out there. And I never did this growing up because I too worked by Waffle House. We go at like 2 a.m. after work, go eat. Couple things about Waffle House. The soda pop is better than everywhere else. The soda pop is better than everywhere else.
The Diet Coke is good.
Diet Coke, they mix it old school where they don't it doesn't come out. They do the way they mix it is separate. It's going in separate at the same time rather than like pre-swirling it. And that makes a huge difference for soda pop connoisseurs.
Wow.
There's a couple important things the chat has said. I need to run through these. Shout out Rob and Maria. The Waffle House closer list is how we judge hurricane severity in Florida. I was going to cover this. This is like,
I like that.
I can't. This is serious. This was true here too. Yeah. We have some tornadoes here. Nothing like Florida. We had a big flood. Nothing like Florida. Waffle House is the. I'm trying to say this without laughing because I've heard the same thing, and as near as I can understand, it's true. The emergency management agencies will look at Waffle House and see where they close because the reality is if Waffle House closes, it's getting real. It's like VIX 50. Like, wow. Rob and Maria, is that a fair way to say it? A Waffle House closure is like a VIX 50 read on whatever's going on. That was one thing. A couple other things. Chat, comment. The mayor of Waffle House, he probably eats that up.
I love that.
I just got that.
A mix of dad jokes.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you. A couple more. Couldn't agree more with you. This is what I'm saying. All-Star Special's $14 now. I don't follow that. I believe you 100%. It's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Now, let me ask you a question. And he just mentioned the All-Star Special. If you get a full breakfast at Waffle House, does that include coffee? So you're paying another $3 for the coffee, right? Or $2, whatever. Because most places.
I'm going to defer to Troy, but isn't it all still mostly? They have combos, but a lot of it's still a la carte. Most people.
Yeah, they have a big a la carte thing. So listen, you can go. I mean, for pricing wise, I can go with me and someone else, and usually get full for like $20 for both of us. Now, here's the thing. That's still pretty cheap. Like I would argue that they're relatively still kind of cheap now.
And you have to tip. You kind of have to tip them extra because the service is. I usually find the service excellent.
Really? Oh, the service. Listen, people like our Waffle Houses where we are, and maybe where Matt is too. They're not fighting in Waffle House. And like again, this is going to be the final ode to Waffle House before we move on. But
the final ode.
Yeah. Like we had a crazy huge snowstorm 2 or 3 years ago. I was walking somewhere. I was walking to get out of the house for Matt's same purposes. Like just need to get out of the house because I knew we were about to be locked in for 4 days. And so I was walking down the road and just randomly walking down the road at night because I like watching snow at night. Everything was closed, but literally like a Thomas Kincaid painting, like a painter of light. There was one place lit up. The parking lot was full. People were getting to-go orders and eating in the parking lot. Waffle House. And like, you gotta love it. You just gotta love it.
Mm.
And then two, to the waiters thing, everyone does call you honey and sugar. Every type of like sweet description of life, they will call you that. Like little sucrose you, like you little stevia. And
You
then
little
two, the my aunt, who was very my aunt was like 10 years older than me. I remember very early, like at 2, when she was like 14 or something, she started working at Waffle House. Okay, this was in Texas. This was 30 something years ago. She still works in that same Waffle House in Texas
That's neat.
as a waitress. She every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, they have the regulars that come in every day, but those regulars will come in for Christmas dinner and Thanksgiving, and they will leave tips of like $600 to $1,000
Oh my goodness.
because it's such a community family. It's one of those
Amazing.
last vestiges in a small Texas
Yeah.
town. It's like the Waffle House is your people. It's the thing. It's the Cheers,
I didn't know
NBC
that.
Cheers.
Who owns Waffle? Is there a stock involved in it? Who owns it?
I
Or
think I think
China.
they're privately.
Has
I
to be
think they're
China.
privately held.
Did you say-
No,
how ironic would that be, Troy? Here's this all-American.
I know.
the Rogers family owns them, according to the
Who
Googles.
does?
Joe, yeah, the Rogers family maintains a controlling interest started by Joe Sr. in 1955, and his son, I guess, took over in the 70s, and a small number of franchise. It looks like they have like a pretty strong ESOP. So fancy name. And yeah, Rob's confirming this. Thank you, Rob. Very knowledgeable guy. Family owned, and it's just an institution. Here's the reality, chat. I think, Troy, can I make a commitment without running it by you
Wow.
live on the show?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Without you knowing what I'm committing us to?
absolutely.
We're going to do a show from Waffle House someday.
Oh, absolutely. Easy.
Okay. We we'll have to figure out some audio. We may have to pre-scout the location. Maybe, I mean, if we're really worried about that audio, I guess we could even pre-record it in the middle of the night. But
I think
we're
we
gonna
could rent the Waffle House.
I don't think
Rent
can
the-
you do that?
Birthday party, the first birthday party ever at Waffle House
Yeah.
extinction, like a formal.
We listen, this idea is spiraling.
Horrible.
If we rented the show, we'd have to invite people to come to it. If we rented the place, we could like rent one outside of a big city like Atlanta. People would drive up. We would
That
buy
would be
hash
neat.
browns for everybody. This is
No,
this is
that would
turning
be
into something.
that would be an awesome SPX conference where you say, in the heart of Chicago. Now, when you get to Chicago, turn around, go back past O'Hare for about 75 minutes. It's the Waffle House, the third town down.
We're going to Romeoville, guys. Waffle House
That's
in
right.
Romeoville.
Romeo. Let me ask you a question, Troy and Matt.
Please.
In the South, if you had a poll in the South, favorite maybe breakfast or brunch, would you have Waffle House or Cracker Barrel?
Waffle House.
Okay,
Not-
so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Matt and I think, are 100% agreement on this because we're blood brothers. Because we've been through some stuff together, and we're kind of breakfast guys.
Yeah.
And so I agree completely, and I always have, and I always will. But I will say that we are 100% the minority on that.
Really?
I think there's a strong contingent of Waffle House people, and they're
Yeah.
passionate. I think the average American, if they're thinking breakfast food and the two are presented, they're going to Cracker Barrel.
And
That's
Cracker
right.
Barrel's just gone. We talked about them on this show. I think we actually modeled the Cracker Barrel chart. I just think they've gone. The whole appeal of Cracker Barrel was that it was a throwback, and they went hyper modern, cleaning up the logo, cleaning up the restaurants. It looks nice. Like it's supposed to feel like you're walking into a log cabin, and they got rid of that. And they changed their menu to their menu used to be more a la carte. It got a lot more expensive, serving bigger. It just lost what was unique. So Waffle House has got more expensive like everybody else, but I think the core genesis. I'm with, again, I keep putting them on the show today, dropping so much good knowledge. Cracker Barrel is dead to me.
Cracker Barrel's dead to me.
Joe nailed it. Cracker Barrel went corporate. And listen, we're all about the little guy at Option Omega.
We
Yeah,
are
we're
about
just
the
wrong.
little guy, and except listen, I'm gonna throw one out there too, and this is it goes against everything in me that's the Waffle House me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. Shout out First Watch. Dan and I have a little restaurant we go to for breakfast, and it's called First Watch.
Troy, I'm a little negative on that. I'm going to be honest with you.
Ooh,
let me
gossip here.
If we can, yeah. Let me, if I could just mention real quick, just a little beef I have with them, but I will say, when my childhood memory, when you say neat places, when we're on trips and going, I have dreams of Big Boy, right? Big Boy was it. But back to First Watch. The only thing I don't like about First Watch, the last 8 or 10 times that I have been to First Watch. Now, this is, I don't mean to be picky, but you're going for just eggs and bacon. There's nothing fancy here. Eggs,
traditional breakfast.
Traditional breakfast, period. You go in there and I say, at First Watch, it says the traditional, right? All you ask for, it's like you go in a Panera Bread, you go for coffee. Just want it hot. That's it. I don't care if you got it from Bolivia or Argentina, wherever you got it. Just,
sourced, locally sourced.
Yeah, I don't care.
You just want it hot.
It's hot. Same with breakfast. I just make it hot. And I think
listen, yeah.
It hasn't been like if you go to Sammy's down Kingston Pike, the breakfast comes to you. I'm positive. If you had a timer from the time, and I don't care if there's 20 people in there, from the time you order to the 5-6 minutes, and it's hot, and it's to exactly it. They must let the potatoes and the stuff sit there a little bit at First Watch. I mean,
listen. I'm not giving up on it yet. It used to. Dan and I. It's not. I know.
It's very popular.
Dan and I have literally ate at First Watch 300 times.
Well, see, I get the same thing to traditional. Troy is a little more creative. He'll try. You've tried most of the stuff on the menu.
Yeah, I'll try some different stuff. But listen, a couple of things real quick. And I would prefer to go to 9:30 just talking about breakfast food. So I'm gonna throw that.
We've had like 2 releases this week.
Yeah, hold on. We're not. Yeah, I know that'd be important. And that
there's
would be
so
smarter.
much in the chat though. We've got like.
I know we've got to keep going on breakfast food. So real quick, he mentioned Sammy's. Shout out Knoxville, Tennessee. Because inevitably we're talking about corporate breakfast food. Local breakfast food is usually where you're going to go for a local spot if you can.
Yeah.
Knoxville has these 3 brothers. I can't remember the third person's name, but they all opened kind of similar restaurants. Different. It's not chain. They're all breakfast spots, and it's called like one is Sammy's, one is Rammy's, and one is like Mammy's or something like that, because they're all brothers and they're all named. So they just named the thing the same thing. Just rhymed it. It's really good though. It's really good. So finally, listen, to close up the breakfast shop stuff for right now. One day I would love to be sitting in a restaurant with all of y'all, just having, if we ever do a conference or anything like that, it's going to basically be breakfast food. I'm just going to tell you right now, like it's just breakfast food, and we're not going to try to like I can't tell you a great wine bar, but we will eat multiple types of breakfast food. So anyway, listen, we did have some releases this week. Rusty's cooking a little bit. The latest release was this morning. Actually, we cleaned up some stuff where basically your back tester, some of the parameters that were like in the miscellaneous section are now in the entry conditions and things like that. It makes a little bit more logical sense. So if you look at it, it should be there. That's the small one. There's 2 big ones. And 2 days ago, we released a feature. Matt, we talked about it yesterday. We released a feature called basically no breakout in the opening range breakout. So what I would love to do, chat, is if you guys test that feature out tomorrow, if you want to just put in the OO show channel in Discord, we'll look at some tests, look at some examples. I think it's one of those, there's certain features that crack me up. And it's usually, to be honest, the features everybody wants, that everybody's first pass is like, oh, that's usually what happens. And so, but I can tell you this, and as never to give up, because the example of that is, and I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but Matt and I throw each other under the bus. We live under the bus together. So
yes, we live under the bus.
Here comes the radiator.
That's right. That's right. Matt and like Rusty, when Delta came out, Delta exits, they're like, I can't really find anything. And I couldn't either, but like eventually you figure some stuff out. So there'll be stuff, but it's always funny. The first pass, the first idea in your mind for that feature you thought that would work usually doesn't work. You have to go back and
I
forth.
love the delta exits. I love those things.
Oh, delta exits are incredible to me. So also, the kind of thing I was telling Rusty this was when I thought about automation. This was one of the first things I thought about was like the idea of saying, I would love to see all of my Greeks together. All my I would like to see an options payoff graph for all of my positions per ticker. So if I have 40 double calendars on and I have 30 iron condors on and I have 20, I want to see it all together, what it looks like. Well, chat, Rusty came out with that last night. So when you go to the live dashboard, I don't have multiple strategies on right now of multiple different types of tickers and things like that. So it's not going to really show you. But if you go to the live dashboard and there'll be a little model tab, a little model chart icon. If you click that, there's some goodies in there. So basically all of your positions now will be shown at one time if you want them to.
So you get one graph in the Greeks for 40 positions at one time.
Yeah, if it per ticker, because it'll
So SPX, if you have 40 trades on, it'll narrow it down to one trade.
Yep.
I think that's phenomenal. It's basically, I mean, you think about, I mean, for me as a risk manager, if you said to me on a 1 to 10, what do you think importance of that? 11, right? Because easily 11, because what's the, the ship's either going north, south, east, or, and it doesn't matter. Hey, I got 2 double calendars that made 50%, but my other trades killed me. And I think, especially like in a day like today, you have catalysts going on. I want to know, where's the ship going? What's the Greeks of, managing by the Greeks? That's what it is. And that you have, what does my graph look like? Now, a graph, when you put 50 positions together, the graph is going to take on the picture. So it's less important, but not less, but it's going to take on the picture of your closest in expiration, right? If you have 50, 15-day double calendars and 40 2-day double calendars, the graph's looking like the 2-day, but the Greeks are important. So you can see exactly, well, wait a second, I thought I looked good to the downside, but I'm 100 deltas long.
Yeah.
So it gives you, people look at the expiration graph and they say, well, it's a bearish or bullish trade. No. You look at today's graph. I mean, if you want to know your Greeks, your current Greeks, it's now, right? I mean, sometimes if expiration's 3 days away in this market, 3 days is a long way, right? So I think that's an awesome, without even looking at it, Troy. Can you show that, or do you think, or you do?
Well, I don't have multiple positions on right now because the small account sound stuff. Matt's muted. I think.
Oh,
he knows he's muted.
He knows
he's muted.
You could tell that he knows he's.
Listen, this is how I regulate my own talking because I just talk the
You
entire
just kept
show. You guys don't know it. That's how I regulate.
You're still just talking about Waffle House. It's just a separate show.
I'm arguing smothered, covered, and capped with myself on the hash browns. We'll find a picture. Yeah, we'll find a picture. I'll fiddle around here and find one.
We'll just do we'll do the Discord release. Hold on real quick.
Oh,
we'll do the Discord.
There you go.
So there you go. New release. You can now model all your live trades together, showing the payoff graph, curve, Greeks, etc. So this is what it'd be if you had, for instance, what looks to be a lot of these call calendars and some put calendars.
But it's neat. It shows you, I mean, that's your realistic. I mean,
yeah,
I always start here, and then you can dial in to see, okay, where's the problem child? But here you're 44 deltas long, enough theta to, enough theta for half of a town, 5,900 theta. And I think that is so important to, I'm excited about that one. Yeah.
I too. I mean, listen, to me, I get very childlike with this stuff. when we were thinking about automation, I thought that just would be so cool, and it's something that I've never seen before, to be able to see a portfolio level graph, And so, real excited. Listen, we're cooking over here. We've got some stuff we're working on. Could I just talk real quick about something that I think should be a public service announcement?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it hash browns?
It is not, but let me do this. Let me go back to my screen here. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's a question. Where do you think silver is going to be by the end of February?
Oh my gosh, chat.
Because I just want to, it's easy to get lost in the picture. I didn't pay particular attention to it last year. I just want to tell you, silver, I don't know what silver's up year to date. Could someone look that up real quick? But I can tell you that on a daily basis, it just goes up 5% a day, 5 to 10% a day, which you get used to it and you get numb to it. That's insane. That's literally insane.
Well, Troy, what if you look at the money straddle in February to see kind of what the expected move is for?
It's a good idea.
February.
That's a good idea. So let's go.
So I can give you, while you're looking that up, the silver. And again, I'm using the CFDs on silver US dollar ounces. So there's different ways you can measure that. I think that's probably the most common way. Okay. So right now, silver is at checks notes 121. Again, CFDs, US dollar per ounce. The year opened on January 2nd at 72.
Oh my.
And we're at 121. Remind you, it's still January, everybody. So yes.
So this is what I'm going to do. And I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna call it a day. And then tomorrow we're gonna look at send in your no breakout trade.
Norbs.
I love that.
Okay, Norb.
So
there
real quick, Dan, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to save this. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just
say
say
about 26 points is the expected move, right? Somewhere around there.
Yep. And I'm going to save this silver end of Feb.
Yeah.
And we're just going to, all throughout February, we're just going to check in on this. We're just going to see what's happening with this model. Okay. And go from there.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be an interesting, I just think it's going to be interesting because I don't think that it, people always say, well, this will end. This type of move to me isn't like some Bitcoin move up where it's like 2% a day for a year or something like that. There's like some fear with commodities right now. And this is the type of thing where like historically you don't get suddenly like, oh, it just reverts 10% and the party's over. Like it might do that, or 20% or 30%. It might do that and probably will do that eventually, but not before it has a day where like they start shutting some stuff down. And they already kind of did. Like they've adjusted their margin like 14 times. The who is it, CME or whoever handles all that stuff, because it just, it's a commodity that's going up 10% a clip a lot of times. So we'll see what happens.
And GLD gold too, right?
Yep, gold's a similar thing. Silver's just been ridiculous. Like gold is doing what it did last year. Silver's just been ridiculous. So anyway, fellas, well, listen.
Do you want to, by the way, do you want to see, did we show that portfolio enough? The
show
portfolio modeling. I think I have one that has like a few more. Let me see if I can get this up here.
Tom, you're absolutely right. You absolutely, that's not a real trade. I'm not trading that silver long straddle. Like I'm not buying vol when vol's at 100 and something percent in silver. Right. Like do a spread or something like that if you're going to actually trade it.
Oh yeah, I would never buy a.
For sure.
First thing we should do though is this is not Norb. We need you guys to help us come up with Norb, and Norb probably needs. He needs something better, but we would love a Norb. So chat, if you guys have an idea for Norb. that would be great. I do have, I think, an image with a good amount of positions on.
Yeah, Mr. Flawless. Sometimes you have to sign out and sign back in. You have to refresh to get updates.
Yeah, you should just be able to refresh it. There we go. This is okay. This is it on the test server. There's not really 100 lots of all these trades on, but it could show you right. It could show you, yeah, if you had this many, you would be long 445,000 theta. So again, that's not actually a real trade, but that is really how the tool works.
That is so awesome that I like
exciting.
the fact that it lists all the trades right there.
Yes.
And let's see the durations. It gives the durations. Yeah.
You can calendarize this as well. So, I mean, this is calendarized. If you notice, there's multiple different expirations. So, yeah, just something to think about. We got Norb up here. If you guys can help us, send us your favorite Norbs, because we need some Norbs. We need some Norbs for the show. So,
Doug, I don't remember the Hunt Silver Crisis. Actually, I do remember through history though, because I like history. So, Dan, you probably are more familiar with it a little bit.
Not, yeah, a little bit. I mean, that's a little bit before I started trading, but yeah, that was an awesome. I mean, the stories of
pretty crazy. Yeah. Well, listen, guys, be safe. Today is gonna be a fun thing, and then my guess is IV. Now that my bias is seeping in because of my predictions and my week. Listen, stay tuned tomorrow for my weekend predictions.
Yeah.
But I think Vol's gonna stay bid until the Iran situation's worked out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and we didn't even talk about XLE. I think we did a Brent's over. Guys, Brent's continued to pump this whole.
That's one of my little.
It's over 70.
It's one of my little toe hedge plays. I've got some CL spreads in oil.
Oh, you're doing the big. Okay.
Yeah,
I think Dan, did we put on? Listen, we have so many shows. I forget I'm keeping it straight, but Dan and I talked about doing an XLE spread or an XLE something, maybe a call calendar. I think a debit spread on one of the trades. I have to look and see if I actually did that, because I can't remember. I might have done one of those. I should check that. But Troy, tomorrow, you want to tell them what's going on tomorrow with shows real quick before we got two.
We got two tomorrow. We got the OO show in the morning, and we got Trading Beginners Live with Dan Sheridan, where Dan's just listen. This is the fun thing, and probably, I mean, we should probably do even more of this, because I've gotten really good feedback from this. Like Dan, like earnings season is a great time for beginners to take a swing at stuff, and you've been looking at it.
Give them some basic guidelines for beginners that, hey, we're going to use the premise Matt and I when we were doing the show Wednesday was we're just going to do use vertical debit spreads, $200-$300 trades at the most. If you give parameters on stuff, you can keep them out of trouble. You don't want people buying straddles or strangles or long options, especially beginners, because of the vol. I mean, the vol is going to come down. I don't care where it goes. Vol's going to come down. And so it can, earnings can be a fun time. I think it's a fun time as long as they understand the basics of what it's all about in the expected move. But if you get a beginner going in there and buying stuff, and then it could be a very uncomfortable experience, especially if you don't move much, right? Like, I'm anxious to see Microsoft today. I don't know. I think Microsoft, I haven't looked at it. Did it move less than the expected move?
This is a good question. I looked at it last night, and it did the earnings thing where it moved, I think, and then reverted. Let me see what Microsoft is at right now. I really need to cut down on my watch list. This is a pretty big list. I'm sure it's on here. Trying to see too what it did overnight. I did notice a lot. Here's the thing. We kind of bury the lead. They beat on, I think, both top and bottom line. And so There's a lot of talk still about Mania. They're down 7% pre-market now, actually, Dan. So that
7%. Okay.
that I think we modeled a couple examples. That downside put debit spread would be completely well past the short at this point.
Yeah.
Which, listen, Microsoft's a big player. They're down 7%. Futures right now have pulled back a little bit, but futures are still green. And 7% is a pretty good size move.
I think Microsoft, moved more than
Thursday. This could be a Thursday. This could be a fun Thursday.
But the three big ones, I think Tesla, correct me if I'm wrong. The three big ones yesterday, Tesla and Meta are up.
Tesla's up 2% right now. And apparently they're canceling like their old luxury cars, or getting rid of them. But Facebook, I'm going to call it Facebook. Okay. Meta is up 10%. So you're right, Dan. That's what's going on. And that's why futures are still just hanging on to this greenness by the skin of their teeth above 7,000.
Apple tonight.
I've got to hedge some Meta stuff because I had a butterfly to the upside that expires tomorrow. That's going to be in the money. And so
is it broken wing?
Oh, it's great. It's a good thing for me, but I don't want it to just straight away go down, which sometimes these things can lose their profit. So I'm going to try to make a little hedge about that.
Good play. Yeah.
Maybe talk about, I also was bullish on Microsoft. So, you pay one to lose one.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, guys, have a great trading day. And we will
Thanks
see you
for
tomorrow.
watching.